The story begins in a peaceful, prosperous, and serene kingdom. In the distance, the Pengjing army, led by Bandung Bondowoso, marches in neat formation, preparing to attack. The sound of war drums echoes, horses gallop swiftly, and spears are raised high. The royal troops gather, ready to face the enemy forces. A fierce battle ensues. However, something unexpected happens. Prabu Baka, the king of Prambanan, fights bravely, but ultimately falls at the hands of Bandung Bondowoso. Loro Jonggrang, witnessing the destruction of her kingdom and the death of her father, stands before the palace with a cold expression. She knows that today, her fate has changed forever. Dusk begins to fall, painting the sky in golden-orange hues. Bandung Bondowoso steps into the palace, accompanied by his soldiers. He gazes at Loro Jonggrang with admiration and declares his desire to make her his wife. Loro Jonggrang sets a condition. Bandung Bondowoso must build 1,000 temples in one night before dawn. Night descends quickly, with the full moon hanging in the sky. Bandung Bondowoso stands in a vast field and begins chanting incantations. The sound of his mantras echoes, and from within the earth, an army of genies emerges one by one. The genies move swiftly, lifting massive stones and constructing magnificent temples in an instant. Dust rises, the sound of carving resounds, and in no time, hundreds of temples stand tall. Loro Jonggrang, secretly watching from the palace window, starts to panic. The condition she had set is almost fulfilled. She must act quickly. She rushes to the palace maids' chambers and wakes them up, instructing them to hurry to the royal kitchen. Loro Jonggrang and the maids quickly get to work, pounding rice in the kitchen. The sound of rice mortars fills the air. Tricked by the noise, the roosters begin to crow, believing dawn has arrived. At the temple construction site, the genies halt their work, thinking time has run out. They disappear into the earth, leaving the last temple unfinished. The sky turns reddish, signaling the sun's imminent rise. Bandung Bondowoso stands before the incomplete temple, his face filled with rage. He turns to look at Loro Jonggrang, who stands calmly, though fear lingers in her heart. Without hesitation, Bandung Bondowoso raises his hand and curses her. Her body begins to feel heavy. Slowly, her entire form turns to stone, becoming a graceful yet cold statue. The morning sun shines warmly upon the 1,000 temples now standing tall. Among them stands a statue of a woman, so lifelike that it seems to hold a sorrowful story behind its beauty. The locals begin calling the statue Loro Jonggrang, the princess who became a legend, a tale passed down through generations to this day.